Bullies are a growing problem for children today. In some cases, it gets so bad that kids have to resort to a physical response to protect themselves. Joining us this morning is the co-founder of Fit to Fight, Ryan Hoover, and his son, Riley. Welcome to both of you.
Thanks.
Thanks for being here, Riley. You're 9 years old?
Yes.
Okay, 9 years old. All right, Ryan, where to begin? Let's talk about dealing with conflict. I know that you're going to show us some moves that we can teach our kids in case they need them. Most parents would like to not have to go there.
Absolutely.
You know, we try to deal with conflict in other ways.
Sure, and we all have to deal with conflict. No matter ages, no matter social status, whatever, in our daily lives, everybody's dealing with conflict. So we try to take a holistic approach to that. People tend to act in accordance with the way they feel. Mm-hmm. Feel good, you emote that.
Yes.
So that's for the bullies and the bullied, right? That people tend to bully because they feel a certain way. People tend to be bullied because they feel a certain way, and it kind of makes them a target. So making somebody feel better about themselves. Actually, the Charlotte Parent segment was pretty on point with that. If you feel physically good about yourself, you tend to emote that, and your emotional readiness, your emotional hardiness.
Ryan teaches so much of that in your classes. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I think that's a key component in that. Part of what you do with Fit to Fight and with Charlotte Krav Maga is getting people's minds right as well, and their mindset. Yeah. Correct?
Yeah, for sure. And, and it's everything, you know, in the way that you eat, the way that you just feel in general. It tends to carry through every aspect of your life: job, relationships, school, whatever.
Sure, and as Ryan mentioned, you know, we are talking about children today, but we all have to deal with this, whether it's at the office or the PTA or whatever the case may be. When there's a difference of opinion, that kind of thing can also be considered conflict. Yes.
Yeah, conflict and bullies. I mean, there are bullies in the workplace. There are bullies, you know, in relationships. There are bullies everywhere. It may not be in the traditional sense where it's, you know, give me your lunch money kind of thing.
Right.
But there are bullies all over the place.
Okay. So how do we achieve some of that emotional toughness? I know that this is something that you teach over the course of several months, but some things that we can work on to, like you said, carry ourselves in a way that says, I'm not a target. Right.
Well, we try to develop emotional readiness or hardiness through tough physical training. As I feel like I set myself a goal that seems very tough or very, very difficult, and once I can achieve that, I can accomplish that, then the next challenge doesn't seem nearly as hard.
Okay.
So we start with that physical kind of goal setting. All right, breaking a board. That seems hard for a small child. They break the board, they find out it's really not that hard, it's more here. It just seems hard. Or, all right, you're going to do 50 push-ups. That seems impossible. You build on that. So it's a physical way of developing that emotional toughness.
There's something to be said for that. When you can do 50 push-ups, you feel pretty darn good about yourself.
For sure.
It really works.
Especially if you start at 20, you know, and now you're doing 50, where 3 months ago you could barely do one.
Right.
So it's
okay. Well, in the case of bullies, the traditional sense of bullies that we think of where children are concerned, if you've tried every other thing, and of course you tell your teachers, you tell your parents, you tell somebody.
Absolutely.
When you've done all that and you feel like, you know, a physical altercation is imminent, some suggestions, things that we can show our kids.
And for us, you know, even then, we still try to take a less aggressive response initially. So if it's something like me pushing Riley, he's making an angle, getting outside my elbows.
Riley. You tell him. You tell him.
And he's just putting himself in a better position. If he stays in front of me, obviously it's a lot easier for me to do damage. But if I go to push him and he's moving, he's not staying there, it's harder for me to enact real damage. Now,
so you're teaching him if somebody is pushing you,
he's doing what's called an arm drag in wrestling.
Okay.
He's just clearing my hand and dragging, but he's moving him, because it's always going to be easier to move you than it is somebody else.
Okay.
And we just, I think a scary thing for everybody is being taken down or put on the ground. So we put Riley on the ground for a minute, like he's been taken down. This is a way that Riley, because he's a lot smaller, can use other things against me. He's going to use my shirt to choke me.
Oh. That's good. You just take his shirt and you just give it a little
as a small person dealing with somebody that's bigger or more aggressive or whatever, just like the arm drag, he's not using strength. He's using my momentum to get out of the way. Here, he's using my shirt to get up. and he's posting them on me.
That's good.
And kneeing me in the
That's right,
face.
Riley. Don't mess around with him. Riley, you're good. You're good at that. Oh, those are good ones. Do you love doing this? You have to, I guess. Look at who your dad is, right? That's really great, Ryan. That's really great information.
So even that is, you know, it's like we showed the punching the mitts. That would be last resort. No other choice. You know, I've tried everything else. I've tried avoidance. I've tried just putting myself in a better position. Violence is imminent. I can't escape it. Then.
Ryan does some really great work. On Saturday, May 19th, by the way, Charlotte Krav Maga will hold an anti-bully workshop. It's an anti-bully workshop. It is free. You have to register, though. So call the number on your screen. It is 704-814-0300. 704-814-0300. And Ryan, what kinds of things quickly can you tell us what people will be learning? You can bring your kids out there.
Yeah, absolutely. Some of the stuff we did here. And we'll talk a little bit, but it'll be mostly action. They'll get to work and have some fun, and you know that's an important part of any physical training component. If you're not having fun, it's very difficult to get somebody to come back.
So Riley, what if I did this to you? Oh, yes. He's going to take me down. He's going to take me down. Good job, buddy. Thank you so much.
You're supposed to just hug her.
Ryan Hoover, thank you. It's great to see you as always.